So in this video, we'll discuss the query parameters available in Power BI. So the query parameters are used to dynamically filter the data at the query level within Power BI desktop. They are often used to modify or filter the data that is loaded into the model, which means if there is huge amount of data which is drawn from the server, and only the relevant data is sent to the kind of department heads. For example, there are five departments in a business, so and the data is about 10 million rows. So only the 2 million rows are on an average. So only the average 2 million rows goes to the respective department head and not the entire 2 million. So this will help the query performance of the Power BI model as a whole. So we will better understand through an example. So to demonstrate this example, I'm going to use the sample superstore data, which I've saved on my desktop. So let me bring the data. So I'm going to use the orders table, and I'll go to transform window directly to demonstrate this example. So of course, the sample superstore data is not that large. It's just about 10,000 rows. So we can extrapolate the kind of numbers and try to understand the uh, use of the query parameter. So let's see what all segments we have. So I think we have consumer, corporate, and home office. So let's stick on to this column, and I will try to demonstrate this example. So first step is select a column which you think is is making sense in terms of segregating the data. So in this example, there are three segments, three segments available: the consumer, the corporate, and the home office. So first step is right click onto the header and add as a new query. So this will create a new query as a list. From this list, obviously, first steps is like we need to remove the duplicates. So we will left with three rows, which is consumer, corporate, and home office. So the next step would be go to the main table, and you'll find the manage parameters icon in the home ribbon. So you select the new parameter. You can name the parameter as a segment in this case. So the type can be any. Okay, so it's not accepting the segment name. Segment, let's say segment one. Okay. Uh, so it can be the text, or it's not mandatory to give any data type there. So this one is important. So since we have made a query, so let's choose a query and give a segment. Um, The current value should be one among the three, like we have seen as one as corporate. So let's give as corporate and say it's okay. So say okay to it. Okay, so we have created the parameter, and the third step before we go to the report view, we'll have to select or we have to filter the segment to one among the three, right? So here we will use a filter which is equal to select the parameter and select the segment one. So I think yeah, segment one. So in this way, you are limiting or kind of you're limiting or you're filtering the data within the query itself before going to the model. So as we have selected the corporate, so corporate data is selected. So no other data will be visible at this point. So now let's save and close or close and apply to go to the report view. So it'll take a while just to get loaded with the data and the parameters what we have created just before. So for this, to demonstrate this example, I'm going to show um, some kind of a table, right? So let's take a table example. I will put the years, basically the years on two columns, and say let's say table sales. Okay, so We got 706K of sales for all the 4 years for the corporate. Okay, so to change the parameter, we need to go to the transform window and under edit parameter. So we can drop down and select the required parameter and create view. So I'm selecting the consumer now. If once I say OK and say apply changes, hit apply changes. So this has changed to 1.16 millions. Okay, so now this data belongs to the consumer segment actually. So this is the usage of the query parameters available in Power BI. So this will help to reduce the data when we are sending to when we are sending to the end users. Um, so yeah, so we can further select the last type, which is home office, and see if it changes. So one thing is every time when we change the parameter selections, every time we have applied changes to the query, so it loads the selected parameter value. So here now we see the 429 case of sales for the home office segment. Thanks for watching.